morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Jan Ki Baat. Today in Jan Ki Baat, we'll be presenting to you AIR 18 Anshul Gupta. Well, the context of having Anshul first in the series is and not any other topper is because he's clear in his fourth attempt. And he was first into IPS, and then moving forward, he tried again, and finally in the fourth attempt, he's made into the IAS.
See, this exam is subjective, so it's not very clear cut. Like you go and attempt a paper and then you are sure how much marks you will get. But still, after post-mortem, after seeing marks, one could realize what mistakes one made. So one should do a writing practice because now the space is limited for each question and they are very lengthy questions.
Okay.
So one should do that thing. Secondly, one should revise because if you study something but you're not able to revise it before examination, then all that study goes to waste. So I think this time I focused on studying less but revising more and doing writing practice. See, basically, job of administration should be facilitation. For long, India has been under the grip of possibilities where government is trying to do everything. Now, thinking is moving away from that. So, main aim should be to create conditions where private entrepreneurs, where anybody who wants to do something can do that. And we should create opportunities where everybody can live, can dream, and can realize those dreams. Be it a student, be it a farmer, be it a businessman, be it a housewife. So, that should be the aim of an administrator, and that would be my aim as well. Job of police and especially IPS in a state like UP is very challenging. So one gets transferred frequently. I got transferred 5 times. One should not get disheartened by those facts. Secondly, it's very unpredictable job. So one day things are very fine, other day it can be huge demonstration. It can be murders or some crime or dacoity. So one should always keep one's cool. One should always motivate one's team, and one should never lose sight of detail. So just because you're an officer, you should not do things on a cursory level, but you should always go deep into detail. I think those things that one should work with team, one should never lose cool, and one should always go to the details. I have learned in last 2 years.
Okay.
So there are 2-3 things for that. One is that it's a civil services, so it's more about general management. So in fact, everybody, be it IAS, be it IPS, be it IRS, they all end up doing management in the latter parts of their career. Secondly, one model we could adopt is British model, where no officers are recruited, but people start from constable and then they rise up in the ranks. Thirdly, the people want to go more for IAS is because the kind of job profile which they have. So if you take specialized people for each services, for each job profile, then maybe that attraction towards IAS may reduce. So I'm not sure separate examination is a good idea or not, but a proper job description and job profiling for each of the services is a need of ours. It is not. The exam pattern is very old and it has been revised, but there have been only cosmetic changes. An exam which lasts for 1 year and which still has one optional where people are judged on the basis of their proficiency in Pali and mechanical engineering and Urdu literature and history simultaneously. No system can do that. So I think that optional subjectivity in the optional, secondly that long duration of examination, and thirdly the examination is still cramming oriented. It is not able to judge the aptitude of people. Interview has less weightage. Those things need to be changed. So see, ground is always different from theory. Why you're taught theory is that we are in academy or told that we know it very well that ground situation is different from that. But theory is ideal, so one should always try to create ideal situations. So ground situation is that when there is a huge crowd of 1,000 people assemble, so sometimes you have to negotiate with them, and sometimes you may not strictly follow law in the letter, but you are following the spirit. Secondly, you have to always choose a bigger rebel. So which things you want to take on first, in that way you have to prioritize. Thirdly, you have limited resources in terms of manpower, in terms of time, in terms of various equipments. So given that you have to prioritize which crime you want to tackle first. So in that sense, ground is different from theory.
And finally, what he asked him about was what is his message that he wants to give to the youth of the country who are there preparing for the examination.
I would say one thing, first that don't give up. Secondly, it's a very simple exam, it's not that difficult, though it sounds rich when it comes from me who has taken 4 attempts. But I would still say that if you do it with the right preparation and right amount of focus, one should be able to clear it in once or twice. Secondly, this is not end of the world. Even if you don't clear it, the world is even beyond this. So don't get too disheartened by this. And thirdly, because nowadays there is a layer of private sector and your friends would be doing good jobs and be abroad, and so just be sure before joining that why you want to come join this particular opportunity. And then, as they say, there will be difficulties in your path, but you should be but there would be difficulties in the path. That's why this path is kind of attractive. So as they say that वो पथ क्या पथिक कुशलता क्या यदि पथ पर तट शूल न हो नाविक की धैर्य कुशलता क्या ये धाराएं प्रतीक हो. Right? So never lose out.
So as you can see, it is he spoke from his heart and he answered those questions that usually are not asked. And for more such interesting updates, for more such news that affects you, which is about you, please tune into Jan Ki Baat. Keep following Jan Ki Baat. And if you have something to report, do email it to us on jankibaat1 jankibaat1 or WhatsApp the video on the number 9811875964. Thank you so much for joining.